Hi guys, Martin here with another roundup of all the latest racing game news straight from the Team BDD website. The biggest racing game news was of course the launch of Forza Motorsport 5 on the Xbox One. Kickstarting our coverage was a direct feed gameplay video kindly sent to us by Digital Foundry, offering a first look at Forza 5's rousing replays. It was also the first time we'd ever heard the audio in its purity, and my do those engine sounds purr. In fact, I think it's safe to say Forza 5 has the best engine sounds in any console racing game yet. You can listen for yourself by watching the video in full at the link posted below. Meanwhile, Alan's been busy putting Forza 5 through its paces in a series of his own hands-on gameplay videos. Of course, being a self-professed Formula 1 fanatic, it's probably no surprise that his first video features James Hunt's McLaren M23 racing around Silverstone, followed by the Audi e-tron Quattro in Prague. Both of these are now playing on the site, but we'll have some more multicams and commentator runs appearing on the channel very soon indeed, so stay tuned. Alternatively, if you're in the mood for muscle cars, we've also got some official gameplay videos sent by Turn 10, focusing on the classic Chevrolet Chevelle and the Holden Commodore V8 supercar. Now, it's been by no means a perfect launch for Microsoft, however. For a start, players aren't happy about the game's stripped down content, with less cars and tracks than Forza Motorsport 4, and of course the usual raft of Day 1 DLC, starting with the La Ferrari pack available now. Further issues have also been uncovered since its release, chief among which is an apparent graphical downgrade since the E3 build. Here we see a screen grab sourced from NeoGAF of the E3 build, followed by another of the retail version, which clearly has less shadow detail and toned down lighting effects. NeoGAF also uncovered some questionable monetization logistics. Some of the rarer cars can either be bought by saving up in-game credits from hours of grinding, or bought with tokens which you can buy with real-world money. It turns out, however, that some of these cost more than the price of the full game. It has the merits of a free-to-play game really, except of course Forza 5 isn't free-to-play. It's caused a lot of debate online about monetization in games. I've posted all my findings in a column I wrote for the site, which you can read in the link below. It's a trend that's starting to spread into other racing games too. Gran Turismo 6, for example, will also have the dreaded microtransactions, but pricing details are yet to be revealed. In the news post on the site, we also revealed that the digital download version of GT6 will take up a whopping 16GB, so you better start saving your hard drive space. We've also got several new screenshots posted on the site as GT6 gears up for launch in less than a fortnight's time. Here we see some of the very picturesque shots of the Ascari Race Resort, one of the new locations in the game that will also host the official GT6 launch party in Spain next month. It's rather apt actually, since GT5's launch event was also hosted in Madrid, which happened to be a new location at the time. All the screenshots can be found in our gallery in the link below. Last week, you may remember, we unveiled Mercedes-AMG Vision GT concept car. Well, now we have a new trailer and an accompanying image gallery on the site, where you can see how it looks in-game and in real life, as well as sample its earth-shattering exhaust notes. You'll be able to drive the AMG Vision as soon as GT6 launches on December 6th. Now, many of you are baffled that GT6 is being released on PS3 when Sony's all-singing, all-dancing PS4 is literally just around the corner. Well, series creator Kazunori has raised hopes that we may not have to wait that long after all for a Gran Turismo game on PS4, stating that a release next year is a best-case scenario. Don't take that as direct confirmation though. After all, Polyphony aren't exactly known for being timely. Remember how Gran Turismo was meant to be a launch title on PSP? And how long was GT5 delayed for again? Oh yeah. That's because Polyphony are a team of perfectionists, as evident by a news post we have on the site showing off their new GPS data logger at the Willow Springs International Raceway, in a video comparison that once again blurs the line between real and virtual. Of course, there's no better example of this than the GT Academy, an annual competition that turns dedicated Gran Turismo gamers into professional racing drivers. Alan managed to get an inside look at this year's international finals from Silverstone in a special series of videos split into 5 parts. You can watch all the drama unfold from the track in a roundup featuring all 5 parts on the site in the link below. Forza 5 wasn't the only big release this week however, as Need for Speed Rivals also launched on Xbox One. Featured on the site is an extended gameplay run with Alan chasing criminals in a variety of souped up police cars. Also, like Forza 5, Need for Speed Rivals has had its fair share of criticism and has come under fire from the community upon its release. It was discovered that the PC version is actually nothing more than a straight port of the console game, locked at 30 frames per second. Attempts to raise the game up to 60 frames just doubles the speed, which you can see for yourself in all its comical glory on the site. We also got another look at the upcoming Need for Speed film and a new full-length trailer. Starring Breaking Bad's Aaron Paul, it's a typical Hollywood affair really, featuring cars crashing, flipping and exploding in almost every frame. For a brainless automotive action fest though, it actually looks pretty exciting and could give Fast and Furious 7 a run for its money when it's released next March. And no, don't worry, that's not a real McLaren P1 being destroyed there. Bad news now for fans of Next Car Game. BugBear have cancelled their Kickstarter campaign after it was becoming clear they weren't ever going to reach their 350k funding target. There is some good news however, you can play Next Car Game right now if you pre-order the game in the form of a sneak peek technology demo. I've downloaded it myself and I have to say the damage modelling is without a doubt the most advanced I've ever seen in a racing game to date. I've been working on a video testing it out too, which you can look forward to seeing on the channel very soon, where I find some rather inventive ways to wreck my car beyond recognition. Onto the PC sim racing world now, when Assetto Corsa received its first content update, adding the promised free cars and 2 tracks. 3 thoroughbred track cars were added, the Pagani Zonda R, the Lotus 211 and the Ferrari P45, along with the Ferrari-owned MotoGP circuit as well as a drift track, plus some additional surprises which you can read in our news post. iRacing also got a new trailer showing off some of the various racing disciplines, but the most significant finding was our first glimpse of a roof sports car, which will soon be joined by several other cars from the manufacturer soon. Also announced was the inclusion of the DW12 IndyCar, one of the fastest IndyCars in the world. No screenshots or videos of it are available yet, but it's about time the current iRacing IndyCar was replaced really, as it had become very out of date. Image Space Incorporated have supplied some more work in progress shots of upcoming content for rfactor 2. This time we got a shot of the very accurate looking dashboard for the AC Cobra 427, which will apparently be released for the beta in around a month or so. This week there was quite a lot of hardware news as well. The launch of the Xbox One of course brought the first next-gen racing peripheral in the form of the Thrustmaster TX458 edition. We've got the full spec list available to view on the site, but we finally got a look at the pedals, which look to be very good quality despite the lack of a clutch. We'll also be able to hook up existing Ferrari rims such as the F1 Integral, which is very handy indeed. We're hoping to get access to one soon, so stay tuned for more info. Meanwhile, Fanatec have also confirmed they are working on their own wheel for Xbox One, whilst confirming that the existing CSR wheels for the 360 will unfortunately not be compatible, despite their attempts to find a workaround with an adapter. You can read their full explanation in our news post posted at the link below. And finally, the cult classic freeware racer Gene Rally is finally getting a surprise sequel. A Kickstarter campaign is due to start in January, but the teaser trailer reveals that the sequel will be 3D, unlike the top-down original. Let's just hope it can still retain the original's retro charm. That's it for now, but I'll be back next time with another roundup. In the meantime, you can check out all the latest racing game news at teamvvv.com, and you can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.